Hello everyone, Merc here, and we're back with episode 6 of Enigmatica 6 Expert. Alright, let's take a look at the to-do board. What has happened in the last episode? Well, we got the portal, and we got nether quartz, so let's cross those off our list. We've also actually created storage drawers. They're not too hard to do once we have our canvas supply from over here. Things that are sort of and actually the pretty pipes inventory system is created. Is it finished? No, but it's created. So what do we have left? We have a create intro and a small create crop farm and tinker smeltery coke oven blast furnace, and actually up here we're actually going to say create tree farm. Just create trees. How about that? I think that's what we're going to do today. Is we're going to get a create tree farm going, and it's going to be a very basic farm. Just something to harvest spruce. We're not going to even attempt to get, this holly or dark oak or normal oak. We're not going to do any of that. All I want to do is I want to get a large supply of the spruce into storage drawers and then process it a little bit into charcoal. And if we have time, create a few more of these Sterling dynamos. Probably put this in the basement. Like I said, it's going to be a very early game temporary system, but we could then put all of the charcoal into the Sterling dynamos, routing them into my only battery, and then we can route power out of the battery up through the floor somewhere to our machines, and we'll move these machines then as well. One of the things I'd like to do is pipe the output of these machines into our system over here, but that's probably not in this episode. So, you might have noticed the green hook or claw on my hand. Let me just show you that real quick. It is the feral claw. It increases the wearer's attack speed. I got that from a chest. I did a small amount of exploration, right? So we're over here. I checked out this area right here. There is a Vex spawner in there, and they did kill me, and it was not fun. And then I went this way. This is just a normal large tower. And then I came over to this thing here, and we're going to come back to this at some point. They were called piglin brutes. However, they were definitely cows. And they were very dangerous. I looted only the top floor because it was the easiest to access. So we'll definitely come back here in a future episode. We're probably going to have an adventure episode coming up. And then if you look north, this is an airship that I really want to check out. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm saving that for you guys. The adventure episode, we might also hit this roguelike dungeon. But for now, we got to get into create. And I found a mod I'd never heard of before, and it introduces a crafting calculator. So let's take a look at this crafting calculator. When I open it, you can see I've played around with it just a little bit. But what you do is you specify something from JEI that you want to make. And let's say we want to make these andesite casings. So what happens, and I'll show you one here in a second, but what's going to happen is you drag the item you want over into this box, and it will pop up down here, and it won't actually know what it needs until you teach it what it needs. And so then you actually create all of these different recipes, and if I come up here and do search, these are all the recipes that it knows how to make that I've kind of created for it. And it will tell you all the requirements you need in order to make it. So, for example, we need to make 21 mechanical crafters, maybe not this episode, but very soon, in order to make the crushing wheel. Let me show you this. Right, so the crushing wheel can only be made in a 21 mechanical crafter setup. So, if I want to make 21 of these things, it now tells me I'm going to need 9 iron nuggets, 16 buttons, 10 planks. These are actually special planks. These are polished wood planks from Eidolon. So again, we're not going to get to this today because we haven't done anything with Eidolon yet. But then you're going to need just, these are just any normal kind of planks. Redstone, 63, 7 sticks, 2 andesite. It tells me everything it's going to need. So that's actually cool, right? So in order to make the tree farm, I only want like 2 of these. And it updates everything down below, right? So it tells me I only need 14 of the iron. I only need 6 of these planks. I apparently need 1 log, 2 iron nuggets, and 2 andesite. So down here, we can see extra outputs. Oh, okay, so we're actually going to have 2 extra andesite casings when I go to make my 2 mechanical claws. It's going to tell me what are the catalysts. Oh, well, a catalyst is what you need in order to craft it, right? So it takes an oak crafting table, and then part of it takes an induction smelter. And then if you click on steps, it shows you all the pieces that you need. So the induction smelter is actually needed for the andesite alloy. I do have andesite alloy already. There's a button over here, inventory detection. If I had these in my inventory, I haven't actually played with this yet. I think it would actually remove this stuff out of here. So let's just quickly look at that, right? We only needed 2. So now I have 2. Oh, wow, look at that. With inventory detection on, it tells me all I need is 14 iron ingots. Because I have the logs and I have the planks already on me. That's pretty cool. So, but it also knows that we don't actually have these, right? So we have the materials we need, the base materials, but we don't have the intermediate steps. That's pretty neat. I think this mod is going to be very handy for planning a larger project and making sure you have all the materials for it. In fact, I would have loved to have used this when I set up the pretty pipes, or actually when I set up these thermal machines. So let's take a look at the quest book and see what we have to do in order to get started here and to create. From here, the very first thing it wants is us to make some kind of basic rotation generating device. So I'm going to tell you now, we're going to make that. We're going to make the encased fan. So we're going to get there soon, real soon. Let's actually go to the create quest line. Create optional. Well, not really. You kind of need it. Perfect. They give us a wrench for free. And then what do we need next? So if I'm going to be making the encased fan, I'm going to need this. So let's get down there. Engineer's goggles for free. We're going to have to make the windmill pieces. I wasn't prepared to make the windmill pieces today. We might actually skip these quests temporarily in favor of just making progression. Take a quick look. What's it take to make this windmill bearing? Yeah, slime. I don't have access to slime just yet. I'm sure I could fly and find a slime island. I just haven't done so. Otherwise, this stuff doesn't look that difficult to make. So yeah, let's start with the encased fan. If we look up the encased fan in our calculator, it tells me that the only extra things I need are, well, it's going to tell me some andesite and some iron nuggets, but we already know that in this chest back here I have andesite alloy, and then iron ingots, which I already know I have in there as well. So we should have everything we need in order to make this fan. So let's go ahead and do it. From the crafting interface, I don't believe there's a way to then use this calculator in any way, but that's fine. We can do it the normal way. So let me find the encased fan. I'm just going to quickly add it over here so we can get to it quicker. All right, we've got nothing, but that's okay. We're going to make some things. Wanted 2 of those. There's a propeller. There's a bunch of cogwheels. Oh, that was a quest. There's some andesite casings, and I'm going to actually... I guess not super easily, but I'm going to throw everything over here into this chest, and we'll make our fan. Done. Oh, no reward, unfortunately. That's okay. So this press, we're going to want to make, and a mixer, we're also going to want to make. Do we need them for the tree farm? No, but the press actually will help, right? So we already saw that I had to make some iron sheets. So if we make the press now and kind of get that set up, maybe that would save on some materials. We're going to make a gearbox. We're We're going to turn that gearbox, I already know, into a vertical gearbox. Gearbox and a depot. And then let's go ahead and make the metal press now. Even though it wasn't on our list. So let's actually add it to our calculator, just so we can see how that's done. We click on the mechanical press over here, we put it in the top slot. And see, down here you'll see this doesn't look like the other ones. This one actually just shows the mechanical press. So we have to teach it how to make the press. And to do that, we click on it. We can select right. We can say, oh, we want it from this, but actually we want it from the crafting table. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to select, I created a create group, store the create recipes. So we know that it's going to need all of these things. Ooh, a block of iron. Okay. So we hit save. Now it shows us everything that we've got. Actually be able to make a block of iron pretty easily. And then the rest of that stuff we might just have. Ew, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Let me grab these shafts. Let me grab this encased fan. We're going to set up a very quick and dirty metal press. Man, I need to get a basement going because that's where I would probably like to place it. For now, it's just going to go right here. And one of the things that I want, if I have it in my system, is a single magma block. Here's our magma block. Should be able to put the goggles on my head. Perfect. Let's get the magma block in here. And what's the purpose of this magma block? Well, our fan is going to be powered by it, essentially. Here we go. The arrow is now pointed down. That's important. So our fan is actually down. We go ahead and put the lever on. Here we go. We have rotational power. So let's turn it off again real quick. And right next to it, we're going to place our depot. Then right above it, we're going to place our mechanical press. Here it is. And actually, I want to rotate that, if it'll let me. There we go. We want to put the vertical gearbox on there. So now it's connected to this, and this will just, real quick and easy, be able to connect up here like that. Now we can turn this on. So now we have a very slow, but automated, well, less automated, right? We don't have any way to automatically put things on or take things off, but that's okay. All right, so getting back to what we were planning to do was we want to make 2 of these mechanical saws. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to need 6 iron plates in order to make those 2 saws. I also know that the deployer, oh, these are going to be brass. We'll get to that then. Grab our 6 iron, which is basically out from there. So let's come over to our metals chest. And we can see I'm starting to get a little low on materials. In this one, though, we can see that I still have a stack and a half of iron chunks. So that's good. If I come here with these iron ingots and just drop them, this is now going to press. Unfortunately, like I said, it is very slow. This is one of the slowest and cheapest means of creating rotational energy. You know, we might be able to speed this up real quick. Give that a go. So in order to speed it up, we're going to want cogwheels. Did I already use them all up? I may have already used them all up. Let's go ahead and make some more. Need a couple more planks. We've obtained our iron plates, and we're going to quickly restructure this just a little bit. If I take that off, and we're going to move this, we're going to put it right here. Someone's getting hurt. I better go check this out. What's going on? Was he getting hurt? I'm not even sure. He lost a llama. You got anything that I want? Don't know what that is. Crocodile egg. I thought that looked like a fake nose. Yeah, he doesn't. He's just loud and annoying. Alright, back to what we were doing. Let's go ahead and put the encased fan back on here. Put the lever on the fan. This time we're going to take a large cogwheel and then a small cogwheel. Now it's connected. Alright, so because we have goggles on, we can see some information. Like, this is 64 stress units at the current speed. This is now using 64 stress units at current speed. So that's the max speed that we can go. Right, and the way that this works, a large gear can turn a small gear faster. And then we go up to here. So if I were to grab a few more things to press, which we will very soon, we should see them go through faster. Let's make our... Oh, we need to make some more these real quick. And then let's make our 2 saws. 1 and 2. Perfect. Okay, so the deployer. We already see it's going to take one of these, which is also a little different. But we're not there yet. Let's make this brass hand. In order to make the brass hand, and we're going to want 2 of these as well. So we're going to need 8 total brass plates, which is going to take 8 brass ingots, right? Because it's cheaper now that we've done the pressing method. But how do we get brass? Brass is copper and zinc. Perfect. Let's go find some copper and some zinc. Looks like I'm a bit low on zinc. What do we got up here? Okay, we'll smelt 8 of those through. And I might actually have some in this box. We'll find out real quick. Nickel. Nope. I'll be right back once these make it through the system. Alright, I think 4 is enough. And put the 4 copper and the 4 zinc in our induction smelter. Throw the extra copper in this box. And remember, we're going to make a crafting terminal to hook up to our pipe system soon. And then this whole box will go away because we'll be pulling everything directly out of our storage boxes over there. And this crafting table will not really get used then anymore either. Okay, so here is our brass. We actually need 1 more of these to finish. Done. Let's see how much faster this is now. It's still pretty slow, but we can already see a pretty big speed increase, right? Our plates have finished. And take all 8 of them off of there. So now, 2 brass hands. Perfect. Okay. We still need these electron tubes, which take some iron nuggets, some redstone torches, and polished rose quartz. So, we're going to need to make sandpaper. Real easy to make. I think we're going to do 8 of these crafts total. So I'm going to need 8 of my nether quartz here. Well as a bunch more redstone. And then sand and paper. Request 1 of these. We're going to request 8 blocks of redstone, which is going to be a little more than we need, but that's okay. Here comes our sand, here comes our redstone. You remember how over here I have a high-speed module? Eventually, I'm going to have high-speed modules in all of these over here so that when I request items, they come zipping through the pipes a lot faster. My inventory is filling up. Let's go ahead and drop some dirt off, because I don't really need that anymore. That might be it. Go ahead and get a full stack of this redstone. Ooh, okay, so paper and sand is going to make our sand paper, and its durability, 8 uses. It can only do 8 crafts, but that is why we're making 8 rose quartz. Now, the way you do this is you hold either the rose quartz or the sandpaper in your offhand, and the other one in your main hand, and then you just right click. And it sounds like you're eating it, although you're not eating it. Alright, there's our 8 polished rose quartz. Make our 2 electron tubes. Make our 2 deployers. Perfect. We are getting so close to being able to set up this quick, easy, simple farm. I'm going to throw a few items just over here. This is going to be our real quick temporary storage. Even going to throw those in there. Because what do we need for any create system? We need mechanical belts. And mechanical belts take dried kelp, which of course is just normal kelp, but smelted. I don't have any kelp, so we're going to go get some kelp. I have sighted a slime island. We're going to stop here real quick and get a couple slime balls. I hear a slime. I can't see him. There he is. Alright, I know I said a couple of slime balls, but let's get more than 2. No, I think that these can actually drop saplings. Let's go ahead and chop this and see what happens. That looks like a sapling to me. Perfect. Only grows on slimy dirt or grass, so we're going to collect just a little bit of that while we're up here too. Okay, I think that's enough slime stuff. There's the pillager tower from when we spawned in. And here's a great big ocean, and I'm betting that's a bunch of kelp. Hopefully, I can fly out of this. May as well grab seaweed while we're here too, right? Since we're here, maybe we should take a quick stop at the top of that pillager tower. Just do that and they can't get up. Oh, that's a neat item. It's a belt slot. Increases the wearer's maximum health. Let's put it on. Oh, our current maximum health is 3 extra little hearts down there. So it gave us 1.5. No, it gave us a full 2 extra. Nice. Five extra? Can we go for 6? Nah, it looks like that's it. 5 extra hearts is a pretty big deal though, so I'm happy with it. You may have noticed that I moved my input chest slightly. Reason why was so that I could bring the pipe up just a little bit further, and it would let me take chests that I can pick up and then place them down right next to the pipe and then get the advantage of having the whole pipe system there. So I can drop stuff in here to quickly put it in the system, but I can also place my chest down here, right, like a shulker box or whatever, and then it'll still suck the items out. Okay, everyone. So we're outside. This is where our first tree farm's going to be. Like I said, this is going to be super early game. I'm not going to do a big structure for it or anything. I'm not even going to do a fancy collection system for it. So what have I got right now? Down here we have the Magma Block underneath the Encased Fan. I guess I need to add a lever to it. We can see it works. Perfect. And we're going to attach some shafts if I had them. Haha, I had those shafts all along. Okay, so perfect. So now we have a mechanical bearing, and so this will rotate. And actually, we might need to have a lever on that too. But we'll get to that in just a moment. First, we're going to... So this is already sticky, right? It looks green, so this should be fine. We're going to attach some of these here and some of that there. Next, we're going to place our chests right on top. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and put all but 2 spruce saplings in there. I think this is the right height in order to put the deployers on. No, actually I think we need to be one higher even. Right, let's go ahead and replace our chests. Oh, and I did make glue for a very specific reason, and that reason is the chests. So there's no way that it can stick to this. Actually, you know what? It might be able to stick to that side, but we're just gonna do this. I kind of want them on top. Okay, so that's stuck. Now if I... Scaffolding. Grab our deployers. They're gonna go here. So basically all we want to do is make sure that we have the spruce sapling in the filter here. We'll place all of them in there. On the front of this thing, if it spins the way I think it will, we will put our 2 saws. That's really it. I'm going to come here and we're going to take the range on all these down to 1. We don't need them accidentally connecting onto anything else. Okay, there we are, there we are. I don't believe that these things need glue, but if they do, I have it. We'll find out real shortly. Oh, look. They need glue. That's funny. Oh, keep going and stop. There we are. Yeah, so that's gonna work, which is great. We'll just quickly switch this around. And so typically, right, with one of these systems, you would pipe the items out directly. And in order to pipe them out directly, you need to use the portable storage interface. Sounds easy to make, right? These brass casings are not, though. These are the problem. They need polished wood from Eidolon. So this is either you got to get into Botania and into Blood Magic, or you use the Eidolon Crucible, which is definitely the way we would go. And we're not ready for that yet, right? So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to come out here and stop this every so often in order to collect what's up here in the chest. Alright, so we're going to leave that hole there. And I think we're just going to let it go. We'll chop our first tree. Perfect. I'm just trying to see where the placement goes on all of these. Right, why didn't it place here? Maybe it's out. Maybe it's out of saplings. But right, we really want the 2x2s because it makes the big trees. Oh no! That's a problem. Well, I'm glad we saw it now instead of later. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure, but we might be able to fix this with an additional saw. Give that a go. It unfortunately doesn't look like that is going to fix it, so I think we need to build it out one more block. Alright, so we've moved the deployers over 2. Sorry, we've moved the deployer over 1, right? So now they're 1 space out, and I've also moved these all down 1. I left this one here. I'm not sure if it's going to be needed. Hopefully it's not. I am a little concerned about these glue blocks, right? Because if we pause the system and then a tree grows here, will the tree now go around with it? The answer is probably yes. There is a way to remove the glue. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, and I'm not too worried about it just yet. We can fix that later. So let's see what this looks like. Hopefully, the saw can reach everything. Right, it looks like it should be able to. Now we just need one to grow. Here we go. And this one's like right at the edge. Almost at the edge anyways. Great. Great, and it doesn't look like anything's being placed in here, which was the dead zone that we couldn't harvest before. Okay, I think this is going to work. And when we want our wood, we'll come back and we will pull the lever. That grew quick. It'll stop the machine. We'll have to stop it when it's over on the side. I'll probably run some redstone up or something so we can stop it easier. And then we can just pull stuff out of the chests. That's the short term. But looking at the time, we are now out of time. So we didn't actually get to running any of the wood inside. We didn't get to storing it. We didn't get to processing it into charcoal and then feeding it into a power system. So we might do that in the next episode. The problem that we saw, right, was how do we get the items out? Unfortunately, we need this. So if we want to even attempt to get to that in the next episode, we're going to have to start Eidolon. So Eidolon is on our radar. So let's go ahead and add it quickly here. And other things that I would really like to get into, right? Villager breeder and villager trading hall. So these could be as well. And we've got one more sort of create Kelp Farm. And we'll just call it create kelp. We're going to use belts. We're going to need a lot of kelp. And we have all the tools we need in order to make a kelp farm. It would basically be the same thing inside of a big pond of water. The kelp grows up and then it just gets gathered. We don't even need to worry about replanting it. So again, thank you for joining me today on our Create adventure in creating a very basic starter tree farm. I hope you had fun. I did. Looking forward to our next episode. Merc Serene, signing off.